Okay, everybody, in this video this is part one of the, not, the first video I did of revealing this when I first got this. The title says 1996 first release Stampede or something. Well, it's my bad, it's actually a 97 Stampede, the second year release. So it's not worth as much as I thought it was, but it's still really nice and pretty cool, and it's still vintage and people like to collect them. But anyways, this is part one video. We're going to be removing the bad engine because this engine on here is completely locked up and it's horribly dirty and in bad condition. It's all beat up. So we're going to be removing this engine, cleaning it, and seeing exactly what's locked up about it, and seeing if we can get it freed up and see how much compression it's got, if it's got any at all, seeing if we can salvage it. And we're going to be either putting it on eBay for sale, or I'm just going to use it for a Traxxas trade-in program and get a brand new engine half off with trading this one in. So let's get into it, guys. The first thing we're going to do is remove this engine. Okay, so I got the engine off pretty easily, wasn't hard at all, and now you can really see the condition of it. Now we're gonna have to reuse this exhaust header because I couldn't find it. I've already bought a bunch of brand new parts to restore this Stampede with, and I've got almost everything I need. Besides, I could not find a new exhaust header, so we're gonna have to reuse this one. So we're gonna be cleaning it up real good, and I'm going to save this rubber air filter boot right here housing. Other than that, and the clutch bell, I'm saving the clutch bell. Other than that, we're going to be selling everything else or trading it in. And I've already got a brand new pro.15 engine ordered. I'm just waiting on it to come in through the mail. So yeah, that's why we're going to be getting rid of this one or trading it in for Traxxas program. So the first thing excuse me guys, I'm sorry. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this pull start. It's just got 4 little Phillips head screws holding it on. I don't like Phillips head hardware. I wish it was hex head. So let's see if the pull starter actually pulled out now. Okay, yeah, it pulls out and it pulls back in. So the pull start seems to be okay. But I'm going to be using an easy start plus the brand new pro.15 I ordered. It comes with a new pull start. So if we put this on eBay, we'll go ahead and put this with the engine on eBay, or I have it bring a little bit more money. So we'll set this to the side now. Actually, hold on. Let me get the stuff I'm going to be using to clean everything with. So I got some Cal RC Moo Clean. And we're just going to be putting the screws along with the pull start. And we're just going to be covering it in some Moo Clean. Alright, I got it sprayed down. Now we're going to let that soak a while. Hold up, I think this has a hole in it. I think it's leaking, so let me see about this. Yeah, it's got a crack in it, so we're going to be putting this in a different bowl. Get the screws out. Okay, moving on. Okay, so next, I'm going to be removing this E-clip and taking the clutch bell off. I can't get a hold of that bearing. There we go. So next, going to be removing the clutch. The clutch actually don't look that bad a condition. Spring's a little weak, but yeah, we can still reuse this clutch. Okay, I'm going to leave the flywheel nut on because we need to leave the flywheel on for when we try to free up the engine or something. But next, let me get this air filter boot out of the way. Like I said, I'm gonna save this and reuse it. Next, I'm going to be removing the exhaust manifold or header, whatever you want to call it. And the screws that goes to it are really crappy. It looks like it's already stripped out, kind of. I'm trying to get you some good light on it. See those two Phillips head screws? They look really wore out. So I'm going to have to be very careful. I think I'm going to try to use a flathead to get them out. Okay, it's turning. That's good. I did find brand new exhaust gaskets. So I got brand new exhaust manifold gaskets. But I just couldn't, and I got brand new bolts for it to replace these crappy Phillips head screws. But like I said, I could not find the exhaust manifold itself. So we'll just put this in with the Moo Clean. Let it be soaking. Now we'll remove the other screw. I'm surprised these screws came out so easily. I figured they'd been stuck in there. Okay. One thing to notice, see that little crush washer right there? It's supposed to have one on each screw, and the other screw is missing one. So that's not good. But I got a brand new pack of these crush washers ordered, so that's good. Now let's see if this exhaust manifold will come off. It's stuck. There it came. And yeah, the exhaust gasket did just rip and tear to pieces. See it right there? It just ripped. But that's okay because we got a brand new one ordered. It's going to be hard trying to scrape that old one off, but we'll get it done. So we're going to stick this in a bucket of Moo Clean and let it be soaking. Probably actually need to be using a harder degreaser to get some of that broke loose, but this Moo Clean will be okay for now. Next, I'm going to be removing this engine mount and this engine mount bracket. Well, just lost a screw. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, I found it. Okay, we're going to stick this in with a Moo Clean. Now we're going to remove the other one. Other side. Oh, I forgot to take the one-way bearing off when we took the pull start off. So let's get the one-way bearing off. we'll stick this to the side for now, but we will be cleaning it. Let me see if it works. Okay, it does work. Okay, now guys, what we're going to do is we're just going to spray the whole engine with Moo Clean like this right here, and we're going to let it soak before we take it apart, because I'm going to try to clean all this up real good before I take it apart, because we don't want any of that dirt or grime to get down inside the engine on the internal parts of the engine. So we're just going to clean the outside of the engine first before we take it apart. So let's go ahead and spray it down with Moo Clean. We'll put it in the bucket. And it's okay if it gets down inside the carburetor, because I'm going in the exhaust port, because I'm going to be cleaning the internals of the engine anyways. So now that we got it sprayed down with Moo Clean, we're going to let it sit and soak for a little bit. And then I'm going to go back and scrub it with a brush, and we're going to get it cleaned up pretty good, guys. So let's let it soak a while, and then we'll come back to you. While the engine's soaking, we're going to go ahead and clean the one-way bearing. So I'm just going to get some brake clean. I'm going to spray it. That looks pretty good. This one-way bearing looks to be in good condition. Now I'm just going to blow it out with compressed air. Okay, now I'm going to oil it with some bearing oil. You are supposed to clean and re-oil your one-way bearings regularly after every few run times. If you don't, then that's when they start wearing out and they'll start slipping. Okay, so now we got this thing cleaned and oiled, and I'm going to stick it in my little parts baggie. It really wasn't that dirty to begin with. I'm going to stick it in this little baggie, and it'll be ready for us for whenever we want to put it back on the brand new engine. Even though I've already ordered another brand new one-way bearing, we're going to go ahead and reuse this one until it goes bad, and then we'll put the brand new one on if we have to. So we'll stick this in our bucket of Stampede parts that I've been saving up to do this rebuild with. And now we'll keep waiting on the engine to keep soaking. Okay guys, it's been soaking a while, so now I'm going to get a toothbrush and I'm just going to scrub all over the whole engine everywhere real good. And get that Moo Clean worked in and get this dirt broken loose. See, it's coming off pretty easily. So guys, let me do the whole engine and I'll get back with you. Okay, so the toothbrush isn't doing much action with getting the dirt off. So I'm going to bump it up and I'm going to use a little wire, my little brass wire brush and a drill. This won't damage nothing. It'll just clean the dirt off. And I think it'll do a lot better than the toothbrush. Oh yeah, it's already doing a lot better. So I'm going to do the whole engine with this. And I'll get back with you guys when I'm done. Okay, so I finished scrubbing it and cleaning it. And then I blew it all off with compressed air. And it looks pretty good now, guys. We got there's still a little bit here in the little cracks and crevices that I couldn't get to. But we'll get all that when we get the engine taken apart. But it looks a whole lot better, guys. I still got to scrape that old exhaust gasket off. You can see the piston right there, and it looks pretty good. Maybe, I don't know why it's locked up. But okay, guys, before I take the engine apart, I'm going to go ahead and scrub these and get them cleaned off and get all this out of the way so I can have a clear table to work on. So I'm going to do the same thing I did to the engine to these parts. I'm going to get my wire brush and just go over it. So let me get this done. Okay, now I got to get this old exhaust gasket off. So I got my little X-Acto knife. And I'm just going to try to slice it off. I'll have to do the same thing to the engine itself because half of the gasket's still stuck on the engine. Almost got it all. Okay, now I'm going to get my wire brush and I'm going to go over all this and get the rest of that residue off. Okay, so I got the exhaust all cleaned up the best I could get it. It's still got a little bit of stainage on it, but it's a whole lot better than it was. But the little exhaust gasket O-ring or seal, it's called the gasket, that goes underneath this inlet right here for the exhaust pressure line, it cracked and broke off when I was cleaning it. So it's okay though, I got a brand new one ordered. But yeah, so there's that. And I went ahead and cleaned the pull start. It came out okay. The sticker's all wore out and faded though. And I cleaned both of the engine mounts. And I cleaned all the screws. I cleaned all the screws with brake clean. So guys, now we're ready to finally take this apart and see why it's locked up and see what's wrong with it. I can't scrape the exhaust gasket off the engine until I take the coolant head off because I can't get a flat edge on with my X-Acto blade to scrape the exhaust gasket off until I take the coolant head off. See? I need to take the head off. So anyways, let's take this head off first. There's just four screws that holds the coolant head on, so let me remove them. So I got the 4 screws out and I'm going to drop them in my little thing of brake cleaner. And now the coolant head comes off. So you can see there's still a little bit of dirt and grime from where I couldn't get to it with a brush. But the top of the piston looks pretty normal and okay. It looks in good condition. I don't exactly know why this is locked up though. We're still going to get into it more. It might be the bearings rusted and seized up. We'll see. But for now, let's set this coolant head to the side. Now we're going to remove these 4 screws to the back plate. So I got the 4 screws removed and we're going to put them in the brake cleaner also. Now we should just be able to pull the back plate off. Yeah, it's pretty rusted. See, the starter shaft is covered in rust. Let's pull the starter shaft out. So we're going to stick the back plate to the side and we're going to clean it with a coolant head. And here's a starter shaft. We're going to have to get all that rust off of it and clean it up. And if you look down in there, I'm trying to get you some light on it. You can see the crankshaft is all rusted. I'm guessing the reason it's locked up is because the bearings are seized up. I'm not sure though. Guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some WD-40 and I'm going to spray all inside the engine and, uh-oh, hold on. I don't want to lose this gasket. See this little gasket right here? This is the back. I just dropped it. Let me find that. Okay, I got it. This is the back plate seal or gasket. Don't lose it and be careful not to break it. So we're going to stick this down. So guys, let's spray some WD-40 and stuff on the, we're going to put some WD-40 down in here and down in through there. Okay. We're going to fill it full. That way it'll get all the way down into the front bearing. Now, I'm going to set this down and prop it up so that WD-40 won't come out. Let me find something to prop it up with. I want it to sit down. Let me do it off camera, guys. Okay, while I got the engine sitting there with the WD-40 inside of it soaking, we're going to go ahead and clean up these parts. We're going to go ahead and clean with the back plate. And I'm just going to start off by using my little brass wire brush. This won't damage the starter shaft. Starter shaft. That's what we're going to be cleaning, the starter shaft. And we're going to use this wire brush, and I'm just going to go all around it and remove the rust. So I'll get back with you when I'm done. So I got the back plate finished. I got all the rust off of it. And then I sprayed brake cleaner on it, rinsed it off. Then I blew it dry with compressed air. So this is good now. Now I'm just going to put a coat of WD-40 on it where it won't rust back over while we're finishing up what we're doing. And we'll set this to the side and get ready to put it back together when we're done cleaning the rest of the engine. Next, we're going to clean up this back plate while we're still waiting on the engine to soak a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to get my wire brush and I'm going to go all the way around it. Okay, so I finished the back plate now. It looks pretty good. So we'll stick this to the side. Now I'm going to clean this coolant head and test that glow plug. We'll see if that glow plug's any good or not. So I'm going to remove the glow plug. Let's see if it lights up. Yep, glow plug is good. So I'm going to blow this off and get all the crud off around it. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and I'll use the wire brush to get all this off around the outside of the glow plug. Oh, that's nice. It's an OS glow plug. Now I'm going to hit it with a little bit of brake clean. And I'm just going to blow it off. So So the glow plug looks good now. We got it cleaned up. I'll put the copper ring back on it. And we'll set it to the side. Now for the cooling head, same thing. Just get my wire brush and go all around it. Okay, so I got the cooling head cleaned up. This cooling head's in pretty bad shape. It's in bad condition. It's all beat up, but at least we got a cooling head. So we'll set this to the side now. So we got everything cleaned up. All we're waiting on is the engine to get freed up from the WD-40. I guess while we're waiting on the WD-40 to work its magic, I can go ahead and scrape this exhaust gasket off the engine. See, now that the coolant head's removed, I can get my X-Acto blade right there on the flat edge of it and scrape the exhaust gasket off. So then you work at this, guys, and I'll get back with you when I'm done. So I got all the gaskets scraped off without damaging the engine crankcase. Because if you scratch it, it might not seal off good again if you scratch it with the X-Acto blade. So now what we're going to do is just continue to wait for the engine to keep on soaking in the WD-40 and see if we can get it to break loose. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the carburetor. Just loosen the pinch nut. Twist it and pull up and off. So now I'm going to clean this carburetor up a little bit better. We're going to remove this little O-ring so we don't damage it when we clean it. And now I'm just going to go over it with my brush. So I got it all cleaned up, looking good again. So now we'll just take our seal, pop the seal back on. And now we're done with that. I'm not going to take this carburetor apart to clean it because I'm just going to sell the engine as not running. But at least we got the outside cleaned up. So anyways, there's that. We'll set it to the side. So guys, we're just waiting on that engine to break loose and get freed up. Okay guys, so please forgive me, I'm so sorry, but my camera died and I wanted to hurry up and get this done because I got other stuff to do. So I went ahead and kept working with this, and I did get it to unlock and it started spinning over freely, and I went ahead and removed the crankshaft and the piston and sleeve and everything, and I got everything cleaned up, so everything's clean. The crankshaft turned out to be good. It turned out okay. I got all the rust removed from it, so it looks really good now. The piston and sleeve assembly looks really good. There's no scarring or scratches or anything wrong with it. Here's the sleeve. Trying to get it where the light will shine on it. Anyways. So guys, the only problem I found so far with the whole engine is it's missing the front bearing seal. I don't know if it dry rotted and fell out or what, but that's the only problem. The bearings themselves feels fine. They spin nice and freely. They're not gunned up. They don't vibrate your hand when you spin them. They're nice and smooth. It's just missing the front seal. So that sucks really bad. So I guess this engine's going to have new bearings. But that's okay. But anyways, now it's time we can put it together. So what I'm going to do is get some of this bearing oil. And we're just going to put a little bit of bearing oil around this rear bearing. And we're going to put some bearing oil around the crankshaft where it goes onto the front bearing, slides through the front bearing. And we're going to slide the crankshaft back in place. I'm going to give it some taps to get it locked in place. So there we go. So yes, it spins nice and freely and smooth. So next what we're going to do is get our piston and connecting rod assembly. And I'm going to put a drop of oil right there in that piston pin area. I'm going to put some on the back side of the piston pin hole. I'm going to put some on the wrist pin itself. And I'm going to put some in this bottom part of the connecting rod bushing. And there's already oil all on my fingers, so I'm getting oil all around the outside of the piston walls, so that's good. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. And what we're going to do is this side of the piston, the connecting rod that's got this little indentation in it, this line in it, that goes facing the carburetor intake. So we're going to stick it in. Then I'm going to get some of my pliers and I'm going to pick up on the connecting rod and set it down on top of the crankshaft. There we go. Now we're going to rotate the piston assembly until it goes to bottom dead center. We're going to get our sleeve. We're going to put some oil all around the outside of the sleeve. And we're going to put some oil on the inside of the sleeve. Next, we're going to stick it onto the engine. Slide it into place. Now spin the crankshaft over. Let the piston go up and down until the piston seats itself inside the sleeve. Sometimes it may take a few tries. But it'll eventually pop into place. Once it pops into place, you can push the sleeve all the way down until it sits flush against the crankcase. Yeah, this engine's got a good pinch. I believe it's going to do good. Okay, so now what we can do is we can... Give me one more second. Okay, so now we can grab our back plate and our starter shaft. And we're going to put a few drops of oil on the starter shaft. And we're going to stick it through the back plate. Let me put just a little bit more. Okay. Give me another second. Okay, after we got the starter shaft through, we're going to stick it on. Oh, wait, we got to put the gasket back on. Very tedious little gasket. Okay. Now we're going to stick it on. And we're going to rotate the starter shaft till we hear it click and fall into place. There it went. Now we can put, hold on, that gasket's not lined up. There we go. Now we can put our screws into place and tighten them down. Okay, after we got them tightened down, now we can get our coolant head. Make sure the gaskets are on the coolant head. You can barely see them because they blend in with the coolant head, but they're on there. Here, I'll take one off to show you. See, there's two of them. Make sure they're on there. And then just stick the coolant head on. And you can put your screws in. This is going to be hard because I'm going to have to hold the engine while I hold the coolant head in place. Alright, and now when you're putting these screws in, you don't want to tighten it down all the way. You just want to snug the first screw up just enough to where the coolant head's held down, but don't tighten it. Then go to the opposite corner right here. This is a screw that we just put in right here. Now we're going to go to the opposite corner and put this screw in and snug it down. We're not going to tighten it, we're just going to snug it. Next, go to one of the other corners. Snug that screw down. And grab the last one. And snug it down. And then when you get it snug down, then you can go ahead and tighten it pretty good. Then go to the opposite corner, straight across from it. And tighten it pretty good. Then over here, tighten it pretty good. And the last one, tighten it pretty good. Okay, now it barely has any compression. Oh, the glow plug's not in it. That's why. That scared me. I'm stupid. Next, we're going to get our carburetor. And we're going to put a little bit of oil around the carburetor right there where it slides into the engine. And then we're going to slide it back into place. Twist and push down. And then put your thumb on it. And keep pressure on it where that seal will be squished. Keep pressure on it while you tighten the pinch nut back up. Okay. Now we can put our glow plug back in. Now we'll see if it's got compression. Yeah, now it's got compression. Let me stick the flywheel nut on it so I can turn it over and see. Well, let's just stick the... Dropped it. Let's just go ahead and stick the whole flywheel on it, even though I'm going to keep the flywheel for my brand new engine. We're going to tighten it down. Now we can see how much compression it's got. It's not got a ton of compression, but it's got enough to where it'll probably run. And guys, that's going to be it. That's all I'm going to, that's it. Yeah, this was just a video showing you me getting this ready to sell on eBay. I'm probably going to ask $60 for it, plus $6 shipping. That's a good deal, I think. There's a lot of good parts here, or you can buy the new bearings. And because that one front bearing's missing the seal, put bearings in and it'll be a good little engine. It's just got a bad stretched up coolant head, that's all. Everything else is in like perfect condition. And we got her back to good quality now, back in clean condition. And yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more of the Stampede restoration videos coming up. As soon as I get all my parts in, we'll start making more videos about restoring the Stampede and building it back to 100% brand new condition. But yeah, alrighty guys, we'll see you on the next video.